All right, good afternoon. Let's do this real quick. All right, welcome. Let's all have some fun together. So happy Monday. It's a nice, about to be Christmas this week. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you would think I would get this done properly at one point. All right, cool. Welcome, 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 welcome. And I wanted to say thank you to Don for that amazing article. I sent that to everyone in the mailing today. Really, really fantastic. Quite flattering too. I was reading that and I was taken back. I was like, oh my God, that was really, really fantastic. All right, sorry. Trying to multitask as I'm speaking. So we'll give everyone a second to come on in. Hey, Boston is in the house. Love it. Yep, read the article. Really great, right? How cool. Nice article. Thank you. It was such a blockbuster. I read that and I was like, you know, it's nice to know that when we're doing it, right? Like we're doing it. And we're getting there little by little, which is really, really cool. So we'll give it another minute. We're not going to be too long today. We kind of, oh yes, so if everyone could clap on the article. So the article that I had sent out on the bottom left, you'll see a little portion where you could clap to say that you liked it. It is quite important for Don, as his work should be rewarded. And if everyone could just go scroll down to the bottom and on the left side, do the clap button. It's kind of like a like button for Facebook, sort of. That would be really great. Thank you. Multiple claps works. I keep clicking. Yeah, that's super, super cool. Cool. Let's all do it. Yeah, so today we don't want to keep everyone too long. It's a Christmas week. And we have a lot of our Rhino Marketplace business owners electing to just kind of nice this week. So we have a whole slew ready for the beginning of 2022. And of course, we did email everyone. If you want to participate this week, fine. That's great. But we found that a lot of people are saying, Ant, you know what? Let's just get through this week, Christmas. And because no one's had the proper amount of time to plan for it, there's a little bit of everyone wants to be perfect, which is fine. We love it. So we get to take the opportunity to really just kind of hang out with you again. Now, come January, we will have a new Rhino that will be hosting these meetings. And that new Rhino will have the sole responsibility, really, to just engage our community. Because you see, on the marketplace is only valuable if A, we bring people into the marketplace, but B, where people go ahead and say, all right, I know there's 100 companies here. I know there's 1,000 companies here. I'd like to support them. And I don't like saying the word support, Julie, because support sounds like someone's doing someone a favor. It's not that, right? It's not true if I said that. So first, we'll always say it's not advice because we're not licensed to give advice. We share our research. All of it's going out, but I will take note to make sure that that you're receiving it. I know we have your email, and I suspect maybe it's going to spam, but I suspect you probably would have looked at that before. Didn't see the article either. Well, I know we send it to everyone. So maybe at some point you put us to spam, or maybe it's in spam, or maybe you had unsubscribed at some point, but we'll go ahead and take a further look at it. So Bruce Horty and Brian Menzel. And as of tomorrow, you'll have it. But actually, what we could do right now, if I could, you know, let me see if I could pull it up real quick. Give me 2 seconds, just looking for it. And it's funny because it's always going to be in the last thing you click, because that's just the way life works. So no matter how many times I click anything, it's going to be the last one. Is this a joke? Oh, there it is. Okay. I can't. It's like such a. All right, here we go. Let me share the link with everybody. Yeah, I have to click the link. Okay, cool. So some of the, again, we're getting this to everyone. Sometimes somebody will say we didn't receive it, but it might have just been somewhere else, right? Okay. Getting back to the marketplace, which is really the most important thing. So we're going to do a share screen. And I can't stress enough how important it is for everyone to be a part of the marketplace. All right, so let's go to distributivemarketing.com. So as of right, so let's show the marketplace first, right? Okay. So the marketplace has grown to 33 businesses. And if you remember, 2 weeks ago, it was only at 5. Our membership numbers are continuing strong. In fact, last week, I think they went up 12%, 13%, somewhere over there. And we'll get to the sheet. But you'll see that these are all the businesses that have already participated. These are the ones that are there first, right? So if you were to go ahead and go through this, you might find something you like, you might find something you don't like. But the value of what you see here is, so you take a look at Google, right? Google's like the biggest thing in the world, right? The reason Google is valuable to you is because you know that if you go on Google, they have enough opportunities, enough options to have search results that if you search something, you might go ahead and find the thing that you're looking for, right? So you go on Google and you say, okay, I want to go find a pet care shop next to me, all right? And you're able to find it because they have billions and billions and billions of search results. Now, that might work for who really? Like Google is so large that it's only valuable to corporations. It's only valuable to Wall Street investors, right? Like for instance, you could have a page and you could be on Google, but how many people are really going to search you, right? Like how many people go on Google and say, I want this, and your page comes up. And then when your page does come up, do they click it? And then when they click it, do they scroll it? And then when they scroll it, do they do a call to action? It's not really made for any one company any longer. It's too big to ever have an outsized return for any one company. What Google's true value is the fact that it could tend to everyone, right? No matter who you are, no matter what you're looking for, Google is your best option. You could be Michael from Canada, or you could be Sabina from Calcutta. It does not matter. You know that if you're looking for something, the biggest marketplace of ideas, of domains, of websites is Google. So you go ahead and type it, and it's a good experience. Like I use Google all the time. I know that if I'm looking for something, it could be anything. How do I do this? This place near me. I want to look this up. I could find it like that. Google's a great service. But all of those things that I'm doing, they're so random. They don't have any rhyme or reason, right? Like if I want to find out how to make chicken pot pie, is there really a company that's going to come up and their website is, this is how we make chicken pot pies? And yes, the answer is yes. But what did that company really gain? Like how many recipes did that one company have to have that they can rank for chicken pot pie? And then I looked at the site, I only took the recipe or I watched the video, and then I exited the site and went to my own thing. Right? The belief was that that person that made the chicken pot pie might have a couple of people that like their video, and maybe they made chicken pot pie so good that they're going to have people that are going to say, I want to follow your chicken pot pie forever. Okay, that's kind of cool. Good for them. But is that how they're making their millions, right? Like, is that more of a billboard, something like, hey, I exist and you can find me on Google, or is that their income? Like, all right. So when people are actually, so I think the person messaging me on Facebook is actually on the live. So if we could not do that, so I could not be distracted, right? Okay. But what if there was, so that search engine doesn't necessarily go ahead and benefit any one particular company, right? So you could have a chicken pot, you could be searching for chicken pot pie, or how do I tie my shoes, or how do I, and find those type of things. Now, as a business owner, it behooves you to be on Google, right? I want to be on Google because that's where people go to search anything. Why is the Rhino take? Why does the Rhino take 5 to 10 days shipping? Isn't it a digital coin? Yeah, it is. Does it say it's a shipping on what? The gift, maybe? Where does it say that? To gift Rhinocoin? Don't know, just bought 2. Oh, cool. Yeah, there is no shipping. So for instance, if you go to Rhinocoin and you go to get Rhinocoin, you can go ahead and do, say 2, right? Purchase. And of course, I have other things that I was purchasing, right? So as I X these out, subtotal checkout, continue, out. So I think that, so this delivery method is because we have merchandise as well. Hey, Frida's here. We had, okay, so, my God, I'm going like 1,000 places at once. So Brian, because we have merchandise as well, there is delivery methods, and of course they're free, right? Like we don't really charge anyone to do anything. I would say just pick whatever one. It's just more or less a button to click. In fact, we'll go ahead and get that sorted out. Delivery method for coin. We'll get rid of that. Thank you for letting me know that though. All right. So let's go over to Frida, because Frida was going to be with us Saturday and we crossed wires a little bit and she was unable to be. Sorry for being late. We had our electricity down a few times today because of bad weather, wind and gusts. Not a problem. Frida, are you ready? Would you like to show your page? Because you were supposed to be with us Saturday. And if you're ready and available now, we don't mind doing it. Unless you'd rather just be prepared for tomorrow. Tomorrow's 8 p.m. Eastern time or Wednesday's 2 p.m. Eastern time. If you'd rather do one of those days and just simply prepare for it, we'll go ahead and book you. Or if you would like to go live right now with your store, that would be cool as well. Okay, cool. Wednesday, 2 o'clock. All right, Frida, totally cool. All right, so I was in the midst of talking about a couple of things. And I feel like I was going somewhere with it, right? So the marketplace. So the point of what I was trying to say is it would behoove you need to be on Google, right? So any clicks that you can get is always a good thing. So say, for instance, your website is chickenpotpie.com, right? So someone goes and they're looking up recipes for chicken pot pie. Well, it would be a good thing if you're on the first page. All right, I'm on the first page. Okay, great. But you're competing against everyone else that's doing chicken pot pie. The number of people that you're competing against is so many for Google. More so than that, it's not even that it's just competing against chicken pot pie. You're also competing against chicken farms. You're competing against chicken anything. More so than that, because Google is an ad platform that they allow pay ads, you're always going to be number 3 or number 4 on the list of things. So your best case scenario is that you build your site so large, have so much traffic, that you might get a random click from somebody somewhere at some point. And we just don't know if that value proposition is really there. We don't believe Google's really made for any particular, it's too big to benefit any one person. So what we've come to find is that what if we were able to recreate that, right? What if we were able to build a search engine that was for only the companies that we wanted to feature? What if we built a search engine that was only for our community of marketplaces? Could you ever imagine being on a marketplace that's growing, that's completely free, that engages with each other, that all supports that every business owner is a customer of the other, that all attend live meetings on a daily fashion, all go ahead and engage with emails, and that search engine only goes ahead and reveals the results of that marketplace? To be on that marketplace would be quite valuable, right? So say, for instance, you had 1 million different search queries in a day for a search engine that only has, say, 1,000 possible suggestions. Well, by definition, your business would be doing quite well because you would be in front of anyone looking to purchase from you without having to compete against the whole globe. And that's exactly what Rhino Marketplace does. So this is what the marketplace is. And those that are on it know that they've already had search results, have already made sales, have had introductions. Free is going to be with us Wednesday. Like say, for instance, right, like Don Sturgill. So he's a seasoned SEO writer. So if we wanted to find, say, SEO writing, look who comes up right away. All right, so I want SEO. Okay, Don Sturgeon's the guy. He's the man with the guy, right? Like, so you would go ahead and click it, and now it brings you to his page. You could go on his website. This is who he is, this is what he does, this is how you can get in contact with him, right? Really, really fantastic page. Or you can go ahead and, oh, he was live with Rhino. So we could actually get an opportunity to meet him. So you have the opportunity to go through his entire presentation and see him. It's already had 18 views. Now, 18 views might not be a lot of views, but you got to remember the marketplace just launched 2 weeks ago. The goal of the marketplace is that we'll be bringing on so many companies because we believe every person is their own business, right? Either you're selling your labor to an employer or you're offering your talents to new people, to customers. Either way, there is a transaction. You're selling something and you're receiving something. So what we want to do is allow and these tabs are going to change. We're getting rid of Rhino University because it seems just like a duplication. We want to allow those to go through Rhino University. And what you'll find is this button right here, submit your business. And I'm going to share that with everyone in the chat because it's very important. So anyone is allowed to go ahead and submit their business. In doing so, it's very, very simple, right? First name, last name, your email, your phone number. Is this an existing or is this a future business? What is your business name? Do you have a current business or do you have a business idea? Do you have a website or you need one? We'll go ahead and create one for you. Do you have a logo? Do you need us to make you a website? Do you need us to make you a logo? What else is there? Please go ahead and let us know, right? In completing this form, it goes directly to our marketplace team. Our marketplace team stands ready to then interact back with you. So say, for instance, you're like Don and you already have a website and you already have a business and you say, okay, well, it obviously doesn't hurt me to have new people looking at my site. It never, ever will hurt anyone ever to have new traffic, right? Your site is your business. It is your store. The people that come in and out of your door is called traffic. Those are the people on the website that click your website. That's how they go ahead and the people on the internet that go ahead and click your website. That is how they see who you are. So if we're simply saying, listen, you can do whatever you're already doing. We're just going to add more people. We're going to add more eyeballs. We're going to add more traffic to your business. Well, that's a good thing for any business, right? So for a business like Don, that's already quite established and has been doing quite well for many years, we're able to bring a new audience to him, right? So everyone in this marketplace, he might, Don's a pretty popular guy, so he probably knows one or two of them at least. But there's also quite a many people that maybe he did not know. Maybe there's someone that already went ahead and considered his offer. Maybe there's someone that already booked a call with him, right? All of those things are possible because Don is now on the marketplace. In its infancy, everything that we're sharing with you is not the whole shebang, as Don would call it, but it's seriously just the infancy. Now, say, for instance, you are an employee somewhere, right? Like you don't have your own business. You don't have your own website, but you have a business idea. You have that one idea that you always believed was going to be the be all and end all, that if you could simply just go ahead and one day start this idea, you'll have a successful business. Well, that's what the marketplace is built for. By submitting your business form, that comes to our marketplace team. our marketplace team says, okay, great. Okay, Misha is only in this language, but that's a good idea. App in other languages. So I think Google will allow us to do that. I think we're allowed to just translate it. And that's a really, really good idea, because what we'll do is I guess at the top of it, we could have in Francais, we could have in Spanish, we could have in other languages right up here. So I love that a lot. And I can't, as an aside, I can't express enough. It's not like when I say that I'm not the owner of this platform, I'm simply the leader of it. It's examples like that. It's examples like Ron, who messages me quite often and gives me the most fantastic ideas. It's people like all of us that are a part of this that simply are able to share ideas. That's a great idea. Like, I would have never thought of that. I speak English. Why would I have thought of that? I would have thought of it at some point if somebody told me, but Misha, being as great as she is, says, oh, wait, I have an idea. Let me share it with you. And we're going to go ahead and institute that idea. And this platform becomes a little bit more of hers, becomes a little bit more of everyone else's. We're all in this together. So those that don't have the business and have simply just the idea, you're able to go ahead and input it here, in which case, when it comes to our marketplace team, we then are able to reach out to you. Yeah, well, you are. Like, we're all in this together. It's our project. We're taking back our future. So, oh my God. Okay, so it gets to the marketplace team, and the marketplace team engages back with you. You get on a call. You can email back and forth, whatever is most comfortable. And then upon the completion of your website and your logo, it gets placed right here. In which case, every one of these companies has 50 keywords associated with them. Now, I'm going to kind of let you in a little bit on how the sausage is made, right? So every company has 50 keywords, and those 50 keywords, yeah, right? Like, how great. Those 50 keywords are, some of them are obvious, right? All right, we can look at your page and, Gillette agency. All right, well, those are two words that are probably going to be keywords to you, right? The plan, well, that's a really, whatever, like, let's associate plan with this company, right? Oh yeah, Frida, I remember you telling me about that. Yeah, we're going to institute all these languages because once Misha shared that idea, now it really opens up Pandora's box, and now we're able to go ahead and institute all of them. So these companies all have 50 keywords, and those keywords are associated with their site. So we can take a look. If you sell rubber bands, then rubber band's a keyword for your company. But how about when we take a look at the page and we get a certain look and feel, and we get a certain experience, we code your site with those words as well, which means when someone goes to the search engine, and again, we're actually upgrading the search engine this week. The search engine is going to be probably our most valuable asset. It is something that we are working on every single second of every single day, because the goal of this search engine, and this is the goal, right? So stay with me here. If we have 100,000 companies, each one of them with 50 to 100 keywords that's unique to them, while we're in the background building out the search engine algorithm, how it finds each company, while not taking any money from anyone. So it's not an ad platform. All the results are going to be genuine and non-biased. That would allow anyone in the world to go to our search engine and say, okay, I want apple pie, right? And upon them clicking, I want apple pie, a suggestion will come up because it's going to be an interactive search engine. Did I hear you say apple pie? You have to go see Marcel. She makes the best apple pies. Here's her link, right? Now, of course, it's going to be shorter than that because that's like a whole paragraph. But it will be something to that effect, in which case the person that's clicking is going to get to know a little bit about the person that they're going to, the website they're going to. So say, for instance, I want a merchant account. Actually, no, because I want to go to a site that we already worked with. So I want to go to an agency, right? Now, I'm purposely going to Agency Deluxe because Ruin, it was our first interview. So I know the videos there. I know both of these gentlemen as well, and they're fantastic, but they've yet to actually be on the marketplace, yet to actually book to introduce. So when they do, I'll be able to show them as well. But what you can say is, okay, so you go ahead in the search engine, you type what you want, and the search engine will be interactive. Oh, you got to check out so-and-so because of so-and-so. You get to the page and you say, all right, well, there's his website. There's an only for Rhino pricing. Oh, if I like him, I have a special price that only I can get because I'm part of Rhino. But yeah, let's meet him, right?
All right, so my name is Rune Ellingsen, and I'm assuming from Norway.
So you'd be able to watch his entire interview, and this is the value of it, right? So imagine you have 100,000 companies. A search engine brings you exactly who you're looking for. The person that the company that you're going to is exactly like you in the sense that you're on the same platform together. You get to actually meet the gentleman or the nice lady, and then upon going to become a customer, you get a special pricing. Now imagine that times 100,000 different companies. Imagine that times 1 million companies. Now so Anthony, those are big numbers, and how do you ever expect to get to those numbers? Well, how are we bringing anyone in? You're on the call. How did you get here? Everything's been free. We're doing our best to give you everything because we believe in the value of the community. So as we go ahead and give you and give you and give you, let's make the website for you. Let's make the logo for you. Let's go ahead and make sales for you. Let's go ahead and get traffic for you. Let's go ahead and include your ideas. Let's go ahead and reward you for bringing other people. Let's go ahead and anything that you need, we're going to do. And of course, it's very structured. But if we're willing to do that for anybody, why wouldn't more people come? And on top of that, we're paying everyone in Rhinocoin to be a part of it. Because in January 2023, when the platform it's transacting only in Rhinocoin, that means all of the companies we have, all of the transactions we have, all of the money that every company makes, all the sales that everyone makes directly is proportionate and supports the value of the coin, which makes everyone millionaires for owning the coin. So that's how that works, right? So again, we want to make sure, please, 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 and I'm going to do it again because it really is that important. Oh, cool, Ron, thank you. All right, so I'm going to actually click that and leave it right there. All right, so I'll be able to go ahead and put that on the site. Please go ahead and make sure that that you submit your business or business idea. It's very important. Okay. Let's take a look at the numbers, how we've been doing. Oh, actually, you know what? One more thing. So at the end of the month, we're going to be able to share, well, actually, the beginning of next month, that's what we'll do. We'll do it at the beginning of every month. We're going to share the winner of the partners. Now, we didn't come up with a competition or a trophy or a reward for that matter. The reward is every time you go ahead and share your link with another who then goes ahead and opts to join our meetings, that you receive 10 Rhino coin. Now, there are some, and I think Frida's actually winning, that have been doing such a fantastic job that they have gone extra length in recommending that coin across the board. And we want to go ahead and reward those people. So we don't know the prize yet. Maybe it's more coin. I have no idea. But please click that. If you're not part of the partner program yet, you really should be. So it's quite easy. You're going to click this button, and I'm already a part of it because I've done this before. But on this page, it'll ask you for your name and your email address. Upon clicking both and submitting, you'll get your link. This link, you could then copy and paste. Well, that link you share with others, and obviously they take it, and this is where it brings them. Upon bringing anyone to our site, we're able to track it, right? So you're able to get credit for it. But once they go ahead and click join tonight's meeting and opt into doing so, you then receive 10 Rhino coin. Now, those Rhino coins are going to be distributed at the first of every month. So we will go ahead and include in an email the leaderboard, all the coin that was distributed, how, maybe we'll even have Frida or whoever wins on and extend their secrets. But in attaining Rhino coin, this is one of the best ways to do it. It's free, and we're running a platform that's made for everyone by everyone. So you're actually helping others and being rewarded to do so. So the Rhino partnership is definitely quite important. I want to do the numbers. So let's do the numbers, right? Okay. So we changed the calculation. Well, I don't want to say change, right? We updated the calculations a bit because, well, we'll get into it, right? So let's view the Rhino coin. All right. So as you see, so our growth rate is still 16%. Hold on, I'm looking at something that Misha is sending me. But as you can hear it, I have all the sounds on so I can hear the webinar. So I see it. And as you respond, we're all going to hear that noise again. See? Don't be sorry. We adore you. In fact, Misha and I were messaging each other all Saturday while I'm driving to Atlantic City because my wife and I finally had a day that we could call a honeymoon, and we went away for a night, right? So Misha was a part of our honeymoon for all intents and purposes. So Misha, I see what you wrote, and that would be your partnership link, right? So what she's showing me is it has distributemarketing.com/ and then the code behind it. That's what the link that you would share with somebody else. And that's the link that then gets tracked for you. Every time someone clicks that, it gets credited right back to you. Okay. Cool. Sorry, but different than you sounds. I don't. Misha, we're gonna have to, I don't actually, but different than you sent. I don't even, okay. Anyway, we're getting back, we're just gonna have to talk privately because I don't actually know what that means. We'll see. Okay. All right. So on this page with the numbers, you'll find that on the first column, you have the weeks. The second column, you have the high number of views for the week. So the day that had the most views. And as long as you go ahead and accurately catalog that per week, you know, because maybe Mondays are better than Tuesdays, and you never know, right? So just take the high day of the week. Then you have webinar registrants, number of members on the platform, number of Rhino Marketplace businesses, projected annual Rhino Marketplace revenue. So these are new numbers, and we've just went ahead and included them. And I'm going to share why and why they're more accurate, right? Because like we've always said, this Rhinocoin balance sheet is real time. Like never before has a company ever issued 2 years worth of balance sheet and forecast and allowed you to participate in the journey. More so than that, things change every day. New numbers come up. Every single day we'll find new real-time data that educates us and says, okay, this is doing a little better than you expected. This has some room for improvement. This number is actually this percentage of this number. This is a really important number. This is a number you weren't even looking at. All of those things are there, which means by the time this gets to, I don't know, week 20, week 25, week 30, we are going to have such a zeroed in, like focus, laser-like focus on our numbers that we're going to be able to predict what they're going to be at any given point. That's the goal, right? It's like if you raise your child, you don't know what he's going to do day 2 because he's only 2 days old. You haven't had much data. You don't know what you don't know when he's going to cry, when he needs to use the bathroom. But after like 10 weeks, you're like, oh, I know my son pretty well. Like he goes to the bathroom at this time. You're able to start making predictions. When you start making accurate predictions, you can start leveraging that, right? Like, okay, I know he's going to sleep from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Therefore, I could go to the gym at 5 a.m. and I know that I'm not going to be missing anything. Now I'm able to do 2 things at once when I only was able to do 1 thing before, because now I have a good sense of being able to understand what I could expect, right? And that's the goal of knowing any numbers. So you have your marketplace revenue, you have your total platform weekly transaction volume, you have the amount of coin owned by the members, the amount of coin owned by the members that purchase additional coin, the literal value of the coin, The demand ratio is what's the coin owned by the members plus the coin owned by the investors, divided by the billion of coin that is available or that's in supply. What is the growth rate? And what is the market price of Rhinocoin when it becomes a free floating currency in January 2023? Now, what you'll see is the new things that are here is number of Rhino platform members. That's still the same. And all of these numbers beneath it, we had projected at the existing growth rate. The problem with that is, say, for instance, you have $100, right? And I give you $5. I've now increased your money by 5%. Let's say you have $1,000 and I give you $5. I did not increase your money by 5% anymore. I've now increased it by 0.5%. Meaning the larger the numbers get, the less percentage the same number is. Meaning the larger the numbers get, the harder it is to keep that same percentage gain. Because if I add 100 members tomorrow, well, I have, let's say, 100 members today. If I had 100 members tomorrow, I grew my platform 100%. But if I have 1 million members and I add 100 members tomorrow, I did not grow 100%. I grew at like 0.0001%. And you need to be able to take that into account with any numbers. So because we've seen a very solid 16% growth over the, 5 weeks that we've been monitoring our numbers, we could say, all right, let's keep it at 16%. But every 10 weeks, we're going to lower it by 1%. Meaning that as the numbers get larger, we're going to account for the scale by decreasing the growth rate by 1%. So as you'll see, where are we? So week 8 is 1.16, so 16% week over week. Week 9 is 1.16. Week 10 is 1.16, all the way down. So you get to week 10, and you'll see it's 1.16. Week 20, 1.15. Week 30, 1.14, right? And you can see it in the following numbers as well. Why is... All right, you know what we're going to do? So we're going to actually do this manually because it looks like some of the numbers didn't calculate all the way through. Not that they didn't calculate all the way through, but I want to do it on the 10s, and it looks like I didn't do it on the 10s. Okay. So this would be 1.3. How it? Oh, that's why. Because I'm looking over. I see what I'm doing wrong. I see what we're gonna do. I had them right before. Okay. So week 10 is right here, 1.16. Week 11 is 1.15. Week 21 is 1.15. Sorry. There it is. So week 22 is 1.14. So that means week 32 is 1.13, which means week 42 is 1.12, which means week 52 is 1.11. All right, see, we got it over here. So anyway, sorry that that took a little bit, but again, you're actually seeing how the numbers are done. You're seeing it with your own eyes. What that allows is that we know that by the time we get all the way down here, what's the growth rate? Let's say it's always down to 6%. Now, we believe this number is actually going to be larger than that. So these projections offer a low ball estimate on what we think these numbers are actually going to be. Because after 2 years, and we're lowering the growth rate 1%, is 22 million a large number in this globe? There's 7 billion people. 22 million for an idea like this, by the time it gets out to 22 million, it's probably going to double, 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 double. So what I can say is I'm going to change these numbers. That's way too low. This number should not be 6%. So anyway, so that's what that row is. Then for the businesses, we have it at 10% of the members will have businesses on the marketplace. Again, because you're a member of Rhino, we are making the site for you. We're making the logo for you. We're making sales for you. So it stands to reason that one could say, well, 1 out of 10 people will be motivated enough to do that. And what we see right here is, I believe it's 1 out of 8, 1 out of 8.9, somewhere over there. So now, but the previous week it was 1 out of, it was 7%, then it's 8%. We're now assuming it to go to 10% because it's starting to mature. We're also under the assumption that every 10 weeks, we're going to raise it by not 2.5, but 2%. All the way up to 30%, meaning that by the time you get down to here at the max, this number is 30% of this number. Now, we're also making the assumption that every business on the marketplace will make at least $200 a week. Now, that $200 a week could be done because the business is an existing business. A lot of the businesses on the marketplace are already existing. They're already making $200 a week. So that's not hard to say, okay, they'll make $200 a week. All the businesses that are new very easily can make $200 a week because we're putting them into a marketplace that we're moving the traffic and we're sending the sales. So in that case, $200 a week, which you see right here, equals $10,400 a year. $10,400 a year times the amount of businesses equals the amount of projected annual revenue that Rhino businesses will do, right? That makes sense. Rhino business times the amount of money equals the amount per year, right? And that's where you get this number. If each business is doing $200 a month, which we're assuming, that's how you get this number. So all of the numbers have been recalculated. And again, I'm going to have to redo this because this is far too low. Equals $1,493 a coin, which is only 1.5 cents today, which equals $2.72, actually a coin, by January 2023, which actually is a really big deal because this was 90 cents before our recalculations, and now it's much higher. So to go ahead and be able to purchase a coin today for 1.5 cents, that in January of 2023 will be worth over $2.70. That comes out to what? I don't know. Roughly, so let's do the math, right? 2.72 divided by 0.015. So that's 181 times your money in the course of 13 months. That's pretty good. So for every dollar will be worth $180. For every $100 will be worth 18,000. Yeah. Yeah, 18,000. So that's good math, right? So this is going to be, we're going to upgrade these numbers a little bit more for tomorrow's meeting. And I do know I'm kind of all over the place today, right? We're just trying to catch up with a lot, and I have a lot of messages. So that's the coin. Now, what we were also able to do, and of course, everyone knows the ledger, and some attention was brought to the ledger earlier today. One of our rhinos was emailing me saying, hey, Ant, I see that there's some duplication on the ledger. What is our auditing process? And I said to our Rhino that actually most of the duplications are just more than one people with that name, because what you're seeing is their first name. What I have is first name, last name, and the email, right? Like I have the full ledger. So this is an actual up-to-date sheet of everyone's coin ownership and the amount of people on the platform. And as you can see, it's a lot. Also, everyone's always able to sell the coin, do it right here. So how do you go ahead and buy the coin? So you could buy the coin here, but I want to go ahead and bring your attention to gifting Rhinocoin because Christmas is this week, right? Is it? Yeah, it's at the end of the week. We want to do something special. So this is what it looks like, the email that'll get sent to the individual you want to gift to. Kind of like stocking stuffers and stuff. If you want to just send it to yourself so that you're able to receive these gift certificates, that works too. $20 will get you 1,500 coin. Now, if you do the math, $20 really only equals 1,333 coin, but we want to make it a round number. $75 actually does equal 5,000 coin. $150 actually does equal 10,000 coin. So the math works there. The $20 is, we just didn't want to do what, 1,333. So we want to give a little bit of a Christmas bonus. You're able to select the amount. What's the recipient's name? What's the recipient's email? And you could do your own email if you want to do the recipient's email. And what's the quantity, right? So say, for instance, you want to do a $20 Rhino gift, and you want to send it to Anthony Calichone, and you want to send it to Anthony Calichone at rhinoresearchllc.com. And you also want to go ahead and do for Abigail Smith. And it's Abigail Smith at rhinoresearchllc.com. So if you're sending it to two people, that's obviously a quantity of two, and you go ahead and purchase, right? This was my coin I was purchasing earlier, and what you'll see is now that's a quantity of two, it's $40. The recipient name is right here, comma, Abigail Smith, recipient email, Anthony, comma, Abigail's email. You then go to checkout. Always make sure you have the SSL secure shopping right there. You can check out, and then it's just simple from here, right? So I do understand that there was a delivery method here earlier before. You just click whatever you want, continue, enter your card information, shipping is free, bada bing, bada boom, right? All done, and you're able to give the gift of Rhino, which we're really, really pleased with, and many have actually already done it. We want to make sure that we continue just letting you know that's available. We'll do an email for it before Christmas, but you do want to take advantage of it now. For those that would just like to purchase some Rhino coin for themselves. Now remember, okay, so the coin is currently 1.5 cents. In January, which is next week, it goes to 2 cents. You will never get the coin at 1.5 cents again. And this isn't one of those like, oh, there's scarcity, like a fake scarcity. No, the price is right there. And then in February, it's 3 cents. In March, it's 4 cents, etc. So say we do it in $100 bundle so that you're able to go ahead and actually have a real amount, and you're able to buy as many bundles as you like. So if you want to do $1,000, 100 times 10 equals 1,000. So you go to purchase, and you'll see the shopping cart has my Rhino gift as well. So I'm going to exit out. So for the purposes of showing just the coin, that's $100 times 10 equals 1,000. Subtotal 1,000. Go to checkout. Again, SSL secure shopping, make sure it's there, checkout. And that's all right here for you, right? And lastly, we want to go ahead and show you the charity. Again, it is Christmas. There are people in need. So Rhino likes to be able to give back. You know, many times we have these meetings and I share with you what we're doing for our community, speaking of us. But there are more people to the community than just us that have the privilege of being on these meetings. There are many people that don't have it as fortunate as you to have a smartphone or to have a computer in front of you to be on these meetings. In fact, Rhino has identified and has participated in a local charity, actually Asbury Park, New Jersey, where we've taken on the responsibility of 23 families that we're going to purchase the gifts for 23 families worth of children. And the part that broke our heart is when these families submitted to us the gifts their children are looking for, they were all essential items like sweaters, socks, hats, stuff like that. And of course, we're going to get that stuff, right? But it really bothered us because we remember when we were children, we would circle like our favorite Power Ranger or something, or we would go ahead and I want the game of Monopoly, or we wanted toys. And if we didn't get it, if our parents didn't get it from us, Santa surely did, right? Like Santa would come down the chimney with that gift. So I really never grew up wanting for anything. And I was quite privileged that way, of course, until I got to like the teenage years and God decided to throw me a couple of curveballs with divorce. But you know what? I'm alive, right? The point of the story is everyone's been asking us for Rhino merch for as long as I remember. And we've always said we wanted to do Rhino merch, but we were looking for a good opportunity to do it. Now, mind you, we've been growing our platform, so we have to stay singularly focused. But with that being said, this just seemed like the perfect opportunity. So to be able to do Rhino merch and then to donate all 100% of the proceeds. So what this allows is anyone is allowed to go ahead and purchase some type of Rhino merch. And maybe you want the sweater, right? Or maybe the crop sweater, the crop hoodie, right? Or the regular hoodie. Or you want to get the baby short sleeve one piece for your child. That's all great. The sizing is all there for you. So you click it and you'll see the sizing. And if you need help with the sizing, it's all right there, right? But what's even cooler, and I can't stress this enough, and I don't want to call anyone out, but this is something that's noticed. There's a $3 sticker here for the sole purpose that if you do not want to go ahead and spend the money on these, right? Like you want to donate $50. You don't really want a Rhino sweater, which I can't imagine why, but that's up to you. There is a $3 option for you, right? So you could select a 3x3 sticker, quantity 1, purchase. Right, subtotal $3, checkout. Now the shipping on it is $8, which actually is quite annoying, but we need to get it to you, right? So essentially you'd be doing $11. Now the sticker is actually quite cool, and I think you get a bundle of them. It's not just like one sticker, you get a bundle of them. If this becomes an issue where you're like, I'm down to donate $3 or $5, but I don't actually want the stickers and $8 shipping, I'd rather just give you the $8 to donate, message me, and I'll allow you to send it over via PayPal or Cash App or Venmo, whatever works for you, right? And that's fine. So that is Rhino Charity. And everyone should be on the site moving around with me. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the questions and see what's going on. All right. All right, so I'm going to scroll up and see what's going on. Frida, it is an American company over 50 countries. Oh yeah, so Frida, absolutely. I remember when you were talking to me about your company and how it's in Hebrew, and I would love to do that for you. So we have the language thing, and we're going to see what we could do. As it pertains to your website itself, you can put it on. If it's in Hebrew, well, then unfortunately, only people that speak Hebrew are going to be able to read it. But I do believe there's a Google Translator. So maybe you want to make an American version of your site as well, or maybe you want to trust that somebody will do the translation button. That's up to you. But yeah, Misha, can we use Marketplace for UK businesses? Yes, Marketplace is global. Everyone in the globe is going to be on Marketplace. You got to remember the vision of what we're trying to do. And see let me try to explain this. What's cool about what we're doing today, the fact that we're on these meetings together, and I think there's like 57 people on right now, it seems very casual. It seems very like unstructured. What's cool about it is we're all building this together, right? The value proposition that we're offering everyone is the fact that we're going to make your site. We're going to do all that for you. We're going to make the sales. We're going to make the traffic. We're going to do it, and then we're going to pay you to do it in a Rhinocoin that's then going to be used to facilitate all transactions. And it's that coin that's going to go up in value. We're basically paying you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, that's the vision. To do so, we have to bring the members on. To do so, we have to make sure that we do a good job explaining our partnership program, our affiliate platform, our own email campaigns. We need to do better at that. Our own ads. We need to do better at that. But what's cool about what we're doing right now is that we're going to get that all done. Like, there's not a single doubt in my mind. Those are the easy stuff. The hard thing is building it. The hard thing is not improving it. You have to build it first. And then you say, okay, we could do better there. We could do better there. We could do better there. And then you improve each component. Like Misha offered and like Ron offered and like everyone offers, we take all of the advice. Everyone's well vested. That being said, we're all going to look back at these moments, 5 months, 6 months, 8 months from now and say, oh my God, do you remember that, Ann? Like, yeah, things are going great now, but do you remember then when we were just all doing it together? That's the special, what these moments feel like today, right? So when we say that you can have your business in the UK, we know that 7, 8, 9 months from now, we're going to look back at that and be like, you remember when you asked such a silly question? Of course you could, because every country is going to know who Rhino is. All right, Misha, last question, please, about types of businesses we can create. What about a service, for example, sending healing energy? I can do a few amazing things on animals too. After counseling and in-depth internal reading with oracle cards, revealing to you and others already in the group here, would that interest you? Yeah, absolutely. Are you kidding me? Any business, legal, right? Legal business. If it's a legal business, we want it because people buy people, they do not buy product. And we want our marketplace to be able to have an offering for everyone. We want someone to come to our marketplace 2 months from now and go to the search bar and type in healing energy. And it come up saying, oh, healing energy, you have to check out Misha's page. Here you go. And I want them to see Misha's video because Misha was interviewed on us. And she's like, hey, yeah, healing energy. I could do it over, and does it over the live, over the Zoom with us and does it on the YouTube. Any business that's legal, please, 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 please. I got to tell you, between you and I'm going to the marketplace team and I'm saying, guys, we need more businesses on the marketplace because I am accountable to our numbers. We need more business. And they go, and people have, they've submitted only parts of it. It's hard getting back to people. I say, how come we're not booked up with marketplace meetings during the week? And no one got back to us. And that stuff kind of drives me a little nutty because we're doing so much to go the extra mile for everyone. If you could please do me the favor and simply just submit your stuff and just be timely. At the end of the day, if everyone on here made $1 million in the next 2 years, that's what makes me happy. Like, that's what I'm doing this for. All right. Ron, a caution concerning translators. Test first, even Google stinks sometimes. If you type a few sentences in English and translate it, say Russian, then copy the Russian, erase everything, and then translate the Russian back to English, it will be an eye-opener. What I do is go back and forth a couple of times to get the translation to say approximately what I was trying to say. Great advice, Ron. Thank you. Frida, the sales I can do right now is only in Israel and offer the affiliate program in Israel only. Well, so Frida, this is something you're gonna have to talk with us personally. I don't really know what any of that means. I know your business is in Israel. I know you have your website in Hebrew. I suspect you can also make a website in English. I suspect you could sell things to people outside of Israel. If I'm wrong in those assumptions, we just need to work together. Michelle, I love being part of the ground level. I'm happy you say that because honestly, there are some days that I'm like, I wasn't perfect today. I didn't sound good today. Like today, for instance, I'm a little stuffy. If I was a normal person, I probably would have stayed home, right? Oh, love. Bye, Misha. If I was a normal person, I'd probably say I'm a little stuffy. I'm actually talking and thinking about what I'm going to say as I'm talking because I don't even know what's coming out of my mouth right now. I've been all over the place this Zoom meeting, but it's because I'm accountable to all of us. You cannot have a platform where the leader of it's like, oh, sorry guys, I was sick today. Go on. I'll never do that. I'm never, ever, ever going to let anyone down. It's just not going to happen. So I'm happy. Oh, it was perfect. You're too cute, because I know it wasn't. Yeah, I'm struggling. Oh my God. Well, I hope you're okay. And I don't say that because it's like the popular thing to say. I know this new variant is quite, it doesn't have the fatality rate, right? Like it's not like super duper duper, but it is making people struggle. And I'm stuffy. I believe it's a cold. I'm going to go home. I'm going to go to the gym. But I was here at 6 a.m. and I made sure that my work was done. And so that's that. That it's no milder than Delta. So, you know what I've noticed? You need essential oils. Yeah, do vape inhalations. Brian, what I've noticed with these studies is never before have I ever questioned the people doing the studies, right? But now it's like you get so many different results. You have to ask yourself, what's the Socratic method, right? Like, let's go down to what's actually happening. So these studies are, you have to assume that the person doing the study has all the correct variables, interprets the data correctly, and is able to replicate the results so that they can then share what their observation was to somebody else, who then takes that observation, words it in their words, and disseminates that message to the people around them. As you can see, at the very best case scenario, this is a pretty poor game of telephone. And at the worst case scenario, politics get involved. So what I'll say is, I'm not like illiterate. Like I read the studies, I keep informed, but my trust level for what one study says, when I could so easily find a study that says something else, you got to put yours, like in my shoes, I'm just a human, right? I'm not a doctor. I don't claim to be a doctor. I don't have doctor knowledge. So if one doctor has this test result and one doctor has this test result, I don't actually, yeah, no, I agree with you. We need peer review results, because I'm not even trying to be funny or trying to be obstinate or confrontational. If one doctor has this study and one doctor has this study, and I don't, like, what do I do, right? So unfortunately, it does start breaking down political lines, but even more so than that, it breaks down observation lines. Like, for instance, I'm a healthy 35-year-old male. I work with people that I hired for my company. Everyone in my company exudes me. Like, we're all go-getters. We all work nonstop. In fact, there's not a single person in my company that if they were sick, they would ever think to stay home. And I don't mean that to sound irresponsible, right? Like if someone's sick, you stay home. But if you wake up and you're feeling a little groggy, they get to work. So when we're in the office, so my observation of the world is only through my two eyes. And then when I go home and I see something on the TV, which I have to question, and then when I read something in the newspaper, which I have to question. So unfortunately, I don't have the ability to have a perspective that even allows the conversation to move forward. Lots of good prevention and treatment info on my profile page. All welcome. It is mixed with everything else. Use grid view. Totally cool. Ron, what is your profile page? Do I have it on the marketplace? Which one is it? So maybe I don't have you. Ron, when you say profile page, what are you talking about? Is it on the marketplace or? All right, maybe he stepped away to use the bathroom. All right, anyway, we're gonna leave it there because you've been really, really way too kind to allow me to ramble for 65 minutes. Tomorrow, our call is at 8 o'clock. We have a lot of things that are going to be done between now and then. And starting January, we're going to have somebody new on who's far cooler than I. And we're going to keep it moving. Oh, no, I'm embarrassed to say Facebook profile. I'm sorry. Oh, no, that's cool. And Ron, I don't think I have you on the marketplace because I typed your name and it didn't come up. Is that true? Because I'm going to call you 75 times a day until I have you on the marketplace. All right. Anyway, love everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Thank you. I can't wait to make it 1 a.m. You keep. All right, we'll make the replay. In fact, we'll start the call tomorrow with, this is from Michelle. I know you're sleeping. Happy holidays, everybody. Bye, everyone.